Welcome back to Going Public. Thank you so much for sticking with me. Honestly, I'm so grateful for the platform that I have been given to be able to tell this story. It's been a long time coming, like I said, from 2019 to 2022. I'm finally here, finally able to tell my story and tell you guys that God is good and God is not dead, okay? Thank you guys so much for the comments. Thank you for the feedback. Thank you so much for the comments. Thank you for the shares. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the messages. You guys are so sweet. Thank you so much for reaching out to me. It really warms my heart to know that there's people out there who understand my story, who understand what it is to be a wife, what it is to be a young wife, what it is to be a fine wife, okay? What it is to be, walking into God's purpose. So, like I said, that I just really wanted to open up, right? Like I said, we're going public, and me going public, I truly believe, this is what I really believe, God has allowed me to go through certain things at a very young age. Number one, taking on my bonus child, which is going to be another segment. If you guys really want to hear more about that, stay tuned for that because that's something that I'm going to bring up. Being a bonus mom, taking on the responsibility of having my husband's child come and live with us at 23 years old, becoming a mom at 23 years old with somebody else's child, miscarriages, losing children back to back to back, not knowing if God will one day open up my womb and allow me to bear my child. And then having my beautiful baby boy Josiah, living through and going through an affair in my marriage, going through the lies and the deceit and the cheating and the depression and the low self-esteem and the suicidal thoughts, going through all of these things, going through being overweight, going through things with my acne, going through physical, mental, verbal, everything in a negative way. And still stand here in 2022 in front of you guys and say, you can get out of it. There is a light. I know it's so cliche. I know a lot of people say it, you read about it, it's in the Bible, people have gone through all these things, but I'm here to tell you, because maybe you want to hear from an ordinary person. I'm no superstar. I'm no popular person. I'm just going public. I'm just taking you guys along with me. And that's simple. And with that doing that, I'm just sharing with you guys. I'm here as a testimony. And it's something that I always laugh about this now, because when I first started off my relationship with God in 2012, I always used to make this prayer, right? I always used to say, God, I want you to make me a testimony. I want to testify. I want to testify. Make me a living testimony. You gotta be careful with your words. That was in 2012, right? And it took 7 years for my test. Remind you, 2012 is when I kept praying and praying and praying. Make me a testimony, make me a testimony, make me a testimony. And in 2019, I get hit with a bomb. Now God says, here's your test. You lost your children. You went through whatever you went through. Now you're about to lose your husband. What you gonna do with it? And that's what my test did. And then it took 2022 for me to give my testimony. Isn't that crazy how God works? We serve an interesting God. Sometimes I want to say he's a little petty, but God is just very interesting. Everything goes in his way. Everything is in his timing. But at the end, like my pastor always says, suddenly, there's always going to be a change, and I received my change. And today on episode 3, I just want to talk about the conclusion, the why, my why. Why did I not file those divorce papers? Why did I not kill him? Why did I not leave him? Why did I choose to remain his wife? Why did I choose to stick by him? Why did I decide to keep my family together? And something that I want to put out there also is I want women to understand that you don't have to stay for children. You don't have to. In the generation that we are in today, I'm starting to understand, I'm starting to see around that there are a lot of women who are divorcing their husbands. And I've done my research, I've asked around, because I'm the type of person, I like to know. I want to know people's whys. I want to ask what's going on. And one thing that I keep hearing A lot of women are saying that have divorced at a very, very, very late ages are saying that the reason why they divorce is because they stayed for their children. And I'm like, okay, so you stay for your children, so can I give a little more explanation? And this is what a woman told me. She said that her husband had, been having an affair, whatever it is, had been, physically abusing her, whatever the case was in their marriage. And she wanted to divorce him. She wanted to leave him. But she kept looking at her kids and saying, no, I don't want them to end up like this or whatever. So she stayed for her kids. And once she stayed for her kids, once the kids moved off to college and, ended up having their own kids and got married, she got stuck and realized that she never loved him. The love was gone. They were only sticking together for the kids. And that's why now their kids are no longer there. Why should she leave? And now you have 50 plus year old women and men who are divorcing. I had to look at that aspect and realize that if I decide to stay in this marriage, it's not gonna be for my kids. It's gonna be for me. It's gonna be for him. Number two, I had to look at my why. I had to look at my purpose. Right? I had to look at my calling and what it is that God wanted me to do in my life. And I had to look at my love. Like I said, I love very hard. And I truly believe that God has given me a forgiving heart. I had to come to myself and really ask myself, are you sure, number one, that you're going to be able to forgive this man wholeheartedly? If you are able to, that means that you have to forget and put everything in the past. That's what forgiveness is. Forgiveness is not only just saying, okay, I forgive you, but it's also forgetting. So me saying I forgive you, I'm staying in this marriage meant I had to forgive him. I had to find love again. I had to see beyond his mistake. I had to see beyond the betrayal and the hurt and say, I love you. I love you. I had to go to counseling. So what it is that I had to do in order for me to remain, a wife is I did choose to go down counseling. I think therapy is a beautiful thing. I don't know who told your mama, who told your auntie, who told your grandmama that therapy is taboo. The devil is a liar. Therapy is beautiful. You have to just use wisdom to find the right person to speak to. Once you release yourself, once you find someone who not only is a Christian, for my Christians out there, I'm speaking to you guys. Once you find someone who fears the Lord, who understands discretion, who understands that it's only your time, the only person that's going to be able to hear this conversation is God, and understands that you are ready to open up yourself. And when you actually finally release yourself, I'm telling you, ladies, you will feel that woosah. You will feel relieved. Number two, after speaking to someone by yourself, just you and that person, then allow your husband to go to therapy. In the Congolese community, this whole stigma of, you can't go to therapy and your husband don't go to therapy, men don't cry, men don't speak up, the devil is a lie. It took my husband to go to therapy. He went to therapy by himself. He seeked out his own help. I seeked out my help. And then the two of us together, we sought out therapy together. And once all those three things were activating, the communication was coming back, I tell you guys right now, we are in a better place than we were before I even said I do. Remember, when I told you guys that I started crying in my closet and I realized that I wanted to quit after 24 hours. I promise you, after we ended our therapy, which took a year, remember, I found out in 2019, we are in 2022, and I'm finally speaking up. It took all of 2021 to work on our marriage, to work on our relationship with God, to work on ourselves, to work and find out our purposes, both of us. What are we supposed to do? Who is Joe? Who is Betty? Who are the D2s? Once we figured that out, it's like, do I still have my days? Absolutely, because the devil is wicked. The devil likes to play mind tricks. He's gonna get into your head and say, are you sure he's done? Let's for example, he goes to the grocery store and the grocery store is 10 minutes away and it's been 30 minutes. The devil's gonna say, where is he? Did he go find somebody else? That's the devil. Find yourself. Find that confidence. Build that confidence. Figure out who you are. And once you figure out who you are, baby, nobody can tell you any different. Once you know yourself and you find that confidence and you kick out that giant of low self-esteem out of your path, I promise you, nothing will ever amount to you. I'm not saying to become a prideful person, to become, oh no, you look at me now. No. But I think that once I realized who I was, I think Joe realized who I was. And I feel like once he realized who I was, he knew it was time. He knew it was time for us to restart. So I'm so thankful that we are here in 2022 because year 7, we're not only celebrating a new year, but I really believe that me and Joe are celebrating a new chapter. And I'm excited for it. And I'm excited to share it with you guys. I'm excited to bring him onto the channel so you guys can ask us questions so we can also help people out there. We're no marriage couple, we're no therapist, but we have a story. How am I supposed to tell you guys if I didn't experience anything? How am I supposed to go public with you guys if God is not showing me or not allowing me to go through certain things? That's why I'm going public today, because I have a story, and I know my story is gonna reach somebody out there, and I know that someone's gonna be out there saying, "Oh no, she can't expose her marriage." That's you. That's not me. We have 2 different callings. We have 2 different experiences, and we have 2 different purposes and paths. And my path is to go public. So guys, for me, I'm just here to encourage. I'm just here to help. And some of the things that I went through that helped me get through, if you guys follow me on Instagram, is my weight. I decided, stop crying, stop doubting yourself, stop living underneath a rock, stop feeling like you're not worthy. When I kicked out all those things, literally what I did was, and I'm going to show you guys that today. I actually brought this today because I really wanted to show you guys the truth. I don't want to hide behind it. I don't want to talk about it. But let me show you guys exactly what it is that I did. Right? Okay. So you guys may not see, but what I did was I went through and I wrote down everything that I felt about myself. Everything negative, everything that I felt that was going on with myself. Every emotion, every feeling. And I will read off a few with you guys. I was hurt, sad, disappointed, confused, anxious, angry. I felt unworthy, naive, betrayed, ashamed, empty, annoyed, neglected, abused, misunderstood, unattractive, stupid, lost, emotional, torn, broken, weak, ambushed, deceived, numb, low, and frustrated. That's the feelings that I had. And I told myself, Betty, you're gonna work on yourself in 2021. And you know what you're gonna do? You're gonna go through this list right here. And every feeling that you have right here, you are gonna work your butt off to break that giant, to make that giant fall, and to replace it with something else. Where I'm sad, I'm gonna find something that makes me happy. Where I'm hurt, I'm gonna find something that is opposite of that, and I'm gonna work through it. And like I said before, remember I had an issue with my weight? I'm standing before you today 60 pounds down because I decided to make the decision that I'm not living for him anymore. I'm not living for my kids anymore. I'm living for Betty, because once Betty's good, my kids are good. Once Betty's good, my husband is great. Okay? He is the husband of the house, but I'm the one that brings joy. If mommy is down, the house is down. If mommy is low, depressed, deceived, numb, torn, everything, the whole house is down. So that's why I decided to make a difference. And I changed myself. Physically, I started eating better. I started going to the gym. I started working on my weight. I had the issue with my skin. I sought out and saw a dermatologist and started working on my skin. On the inside, I started working with a therapist, and spiritually, I built a relationship with God. And now that I have that relationship, can nobody tell me nothing. Can nobody tell me nothing. Because my God is still alive. My God is not dead. He's never been dead. He just wanted to put me through this test so I could officially go public. And that's what I'm doing today. So guys, thank you so much for watching this series with me. Thank you so much for being with me. And I'm just wanting here to tell you guys, this is just the beginning. 2022 is going to be a beautiful movement. There's going to be so much more videos out here. I'm going to talk more about it, my relationship with God. I'm going to talk more about my how I got through the physical, how I got through the spiritual, the emotional, and we're going to get through it together. And if you want me to pray for you or want me to pray with you, email me. My email's right there underneath my description. You can DM me on social media. Follow me. I'm here. We're gonna go public, and I love you guys. I look forward to going public with you guys. Stay tuned. We are just getting started.